Hello, happy people. Welcome back. All right, so we discussed functions today and we talked about the basic functions. That's this one. We've discussed this one, line 27. So on this video, we'll discuss return statements and print statements with functions. It's always confusing, so I want my students to really understand how it works, right? So let's create a new file, return. Let me call it function return.py. All right, so the normal function, we created one simple function in which I'll just copy from here. Okay, no need. So let's create a simple function that says my name is, okay, dev name, full name, right? So we have print, and we have this, remember this format keyword, my full name. This is written to the user, so you can put space as you want. My full name is fname and sname, okay, which would stand for my first name and surname respectively. So we've not created this variable, so let's just do that. So we have fname, Brenda, sname, Santana. Okay, so if we print this, okay, so we've created a function. All right, so if we run this, nothing happens expectedly, okay, because we created a function but we've not yet called it. So but let's try and call it. So full name, and that should do. So it should print my full name is Brenda. All right, but what if I wanted to, what if I just printed Brenda here? And yeah, Brenda Santana. And over here, I wanted to like add text to it, like actually saying print my full name. So let me make it easier for you guys so that you don't get confused. These are normal print statements, okay? And we have that F, right? So we can carry this just as a variable and place it here, right? So if we do that, it will print. So see what it's printing. Brenda Santana and none. How? Why? So it's printing this one, line 5, Brenda Santana, and on the second line is printing none. Okay, because this full name, this function had already sent out a print. So why are you printing it again here? So it already printed and it's kind of trying to print a second time. So if we wanted to, like, my full name is, yep, so we should print Brenda Santana. My full name is none. The reason we have this issue, right, calling the function. So the reason we have this problem is that we used a print statement here. In some or most scenarios, you shouldn't use a print statement, okay? The reason being, you may want to use your, what is returned from these functions in some other ways, in different ways, not always the same way as it was given here. Let me give you a scenario. So let me create another file called, we will come back to this file, function return to.py. Now, say we have a function that adds two numbers, right? Sum, right? We have number 1 is assigned the value of 5. Let's just hard code it. Number 2 is assigned the value of 3 or maybe 16. Okay, that should be 21. So if we have print and we say number 1 plus number 2, expectedly it should print for us if we call this function sum. So we should have nicely printed 21. We might want to use this 21 for something. We may want to say my first daughter's age is 21, for instance. So how do you do that? Let me create a print here. Just say my daughter's, let me keep things simple. My daughter's, yeah, I remember that. So I'm trying to change that to this so I can have my, yeah. So back to UK. Okay, my daughter's age is, right? So I'm using what we call escape characters. If you've not escape character, okay, if you've not looked at that, check our previous here. You see new line characters and escape characters. Okay, so you understand what's going on here. We are escaping this quote, right? So my daughter's age is, and actually we pick this sum and put it here. So it should print nicely. Let's add F here. It should print nicely. What we want to print is, we want to print my daughter's age is whatever the sum is. Okay, this is what we want to print. My daughter's age is 21. That's what we want to print. But see what will happen. If we send this, it prints 21. My daughter's age is none, which is not the right way of doing things. So why is that? Because in the function definition, you already printed something, you sent something, you like explicitly said, let it be like this, which is not a proper way of doing things, okay? So that takes us to what I want to talk about, return statements. The proper way of doing something is you return this, okay? Let's say also you want to, apart from talking about your daughter's age, you want to talk about maybe print, print, something like 2021 was the year started learning data science. Let's just put that, okay? 2021 was the year I started learning data science. So if we copy that and we have it here, F with this, let me give some space. So 2021 was the year I started learning data science. It should print perfectly, okay? That prints, well, 2021 was the year I started, but here we want to use the sum here, okay? The sum here to change here. Notice what I'm doing. So I'm using the sum, so it will still be 2021. You see, it's supposed to be 2021 was the year I started learning data science. But here is what it's giving to me. 21, 20, none was the year I started learning data science, which is very bad, okay? So had it been we used a return statement here instead of print, you would have solved this problem. Let's see how that goes. So we change this to return. With return, you don't have brackets like this, right? So a student asks that. So with a return, you have space and you remove the brackets, okay? So return num1 plus num2. This is safe. So it returns the value, the result, so that you can use the results and do anything. You can use the results and add up years. You can use the result and mention anything. You can use the results for phone numbers, for anything you want. Okay, so let's print this again. Let's clear the screen and print this again. So it prints a perfect stuff now. My daughter's age is. Now with the return statement, it gives this out, but waits until you supply what you need to do with it. It doesn't outrightly supply it for you beforehand. So, I mean, it's really nice using a return statement. So always ask yourself, in most scenarios, I think I've programmed for many years. So in 9, or perhaps let me not be too biased in 8 out of 10 times, it's return statement you need for your functions, not print. Okay, so you learn how to use return, and also note, if you are using print, don't do this. Okay, with print, no space, you can have this, right? But with return, no brackets, but with space. All right, perfect. All right, so even with this, you can have a phone number. My phone number is my phone number. My phone number is 37121. Okay, let me just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21, right? So this is my phone number. So there's a way we can print this out, something like this, and we print it out like this. My phone is, and we copy this and leave the last one, and we paste it here and leave the last one. So I close the bracket and it will print it out for us perfectly. Okay, so it will still print the same thing. So we've created this from a normal text. Let me just separate it so you see what I mean. So from a normal text, we've had this from 0 to 6, and then we just add this sum, which is 21 from the mathematics here, right? So it will still print it correctly for us. So you see, so it has printed my phone number is blah, 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 right? So even if we come over here and change this to 7, you will see that the daughter's age will change to 16 plus 7. The sum, the year you started learning data science will change to 16 plus 7. 20, 16 plus 7, yeah. And then this will change to 16. So let's try that out. Let me clear the screen. So we have it. The daughter's age is now 23. 2023 was the year I started learning data science, and my phone number has changed to 2023 in the end. So this is a very practical way you can use functions, and it's really lovely. I mean, if you use functions this way, so return statements on your functions so that it leverages the power of having to call or having to use that function or the data returned from that function effectively and when you want to do it, okay, and use it for different scenarios, okay? So, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this video, but let's go back to this. I promise you go back to, if we change this, so return, so with return, you can still use your F like this and it works. So this will print well now. So it prints my full name is Brenda Santana perfectly, not the way it printed Brenda Santana. My full name is known before. Okay, so this is a perfect way, and I like tell you, I like instruct you to always look forward to using return statements instead of print. In very rare scenarios, you need print statements on your um on your function. So, but look out, watch out, and know the differences and when and where to use any of them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Remember to hit that subscribe and like and drop a comment. Okay, it encourages us at Zizix. I love you all. See you in our next tutorial. Thank you very much. Yeah.